What's good, how? Today's topic, highlighters. Highlighters, of course, are necessary for that glow, for that catch of the light in the pics. If you don't have your highlight in your makeup pics, the fuck are you doing? But I wanted to compare drugstore versus luxury. I have mostly drugstore, but the main one I use is luxury. These are my favorite highlighters. I've done a lot of experimenting, obviously. I've done makeup since I was, well, I didn't start wearing foundation until I was 21, but like, yeah. And I'm 24 now, turning 25 this year. But I'm gonna start with luxury just because it's the one that I use literally every day. Now, if you don't have this, it's a staple, it's a must. It is the Anastasia Beverly Hills and Amrezy collab. This shit is so good. It's just such a neutral highlighter. If you want to see, mine is obviously worn out a little bit, but I'll go ahead and swatch it for you. But yeah, it's a nice sheen, not too shimmery, not like there's not like a lot of like, chunky glitter. It's very smooth on the face, especially if you douse it with setting spray or just spray your brush before you apply it. It's so smooth and it really goes with every kind of look. But this is definitely my favorite, but it is more pricey. I believe this is $32, 28 or $32, and it is limited edition, I believe. They did do another stock, but I don't know if they still have it anymore. Another good luxury one is Jouer. I don't have it with me right now, but those highlighters are very pigmented as well, and they glide along the face very easily. Those are even more expensive, but if you ever feel like checking the website, they also have great foundation and great concealer. Alright, so moving on to drugstore. So I love Wet n Wild in general because this is the broke bitch brand forever, because like I feel like when you first started makeup, that's one of the brands you went to because it was just really cheap and it's available mostly everywhere. But they have highlighters that came out last year, I believe, and they are the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Highlighting Powders. So I have two shades right here. This is in Precious Petals. I'll open it for you. And then I have this blue one, it's iridescent, and this is Halo Walkers. Obviously, this is for more of a special look that, you're not going to wear this every day because it does have a blue sheen to it. I'll go ahead and swatch it for you. I do like these highlighters just because they're only $4 or $5, I believe. And it's just really pretty for that price, especially the blue. Obviously, you're not going to go ham as I did with the swatch. You're going to have like a light dusting motion, and it'll be a really nice, subtle blue tint. Maybe for like a galaxy look, or even for like, fantasy, whatever, or even just to have a blue look. I mean, just a blue tint, kind of like that aesthetic. But the other one, the Precious Petals, it's a very pinky color, very like, just like a very cute, like rosy blush vibe. All right, next up is Milani. Milani is a great brand as well, just because they have, again, they're available everywhere, and they are really good quality for the price. But regarding the highlighter, they have a lot of different kinds, but all their highlighters are really good. But this is the Milani Beaming Light Hypnotic Lights highlighter. As you can see, it's a purple shade. But see, I like this one just because it's not really like overly purple. It's more like if you're trying to go for a nice lavender look, maybe like a lavender tint. Very pretty. And also like these kind of highlighters, like the drugstore ones, like the Milani and the Wet n Wild, they can be used as eyeshadows too, inner corner, really like a lot. And the Milani one is $8. Right, next is Essence, the Essence Pure Nude Highlighter. I love this one just for when you want to have an everyday makeup look or a natural looking makeup look. So this one is kind of exactly what it says. It's a pure nude, very subtle, not too blinding. This is for you office bitches. When you're not allowed to be too crazy with the makeup at work, this is very subtle, very low key. Or when you want to act like, that's your natural shit. Like you don't even got no makeup on. It's just, oh, I naturally glow. It's just like this. So if you see it, very subtle. But you can kind of notice it. But on the face, it just looks so nice. Just so smooth, so blended. Like, very well pigmented just for something that's especially when this was only like $4. So my last favorite highlighter is a oldie but a goodie. Like I remember this was so big like 2-3 years ago. Like I remember I could just not, like that's all I would see on YouTube when I looked up like new highlight releases and stuff and what everybody was wearing. It's the Sleek Makeup Highlighting Palette in Solstice. Mine is so old, but it still works. So what's cool about this one is that it's also drugstore. It was originally based in the UK, Sleek Makeup, and now it's, you know, in Ulta. It's everywhere really. But it gives you 4 shades, and then 3, of course, are powder. One is the, I guess, like cream or like gel, but I never use the gel one. I just stick to the powder ones, but they're all so pigmented though that you have to be careful. It's just like almost like an eyeshadow. Yeah, they're like really blinding on. And this whole palette is only $12.99. It might have went up by now just because it's been 2 or 3 years, but yeah, very affordable, very pigmented, and you get a lot. Like I know it seems that most highlighters are like a big package, but like I've had this for so long and like I'm not even close to pan. Like, you know, it's gonna last you a long time. And I suggest if you're just starting out in makeup to just do drugstore, work your way up to luxury, you know, get you a better job, maybe like when you get a full time and not part time. Or I mean, if you don't just give a fuck, I mean, do you, but I hope that helps you in your highlight journey. I know when I started looking at highlighters, I did the same shit. I went on YouTube and I looked up best highlighters, but really, it all depends on what kind of highlight you're going for as well. If you want the more heavy, you should go for the more pigmented. But again, some people just like the subtle, so go for the essence. Regardless, the glow is going to be popping.